Okay, we are in the middle of the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix weekend, and we just had qualifying. So let's go ahead and talk about the results and what's going on. Big talk this weekend, first and foremost, is Carlos Sainz was not feeling good. And unfortunately, he had appendicitis. So he's had surgery, he's come out, he's recovering well, and I'm sure we'll see him back at the next race. They had to have somebody sit in for him, so they chose Oliver Bierman, who was getting ready for his F2 race when he got the phone call. And he was able to come in and go ahead and hop in FP3 this morning and get an hour in the car before he went into qualifying. And really, this young man just did a tremendous job. He was able to get into Q2. I think his father was actually a really big highlight to watch as well. His reactions, watching him in the garage, one can only imagine what that's like for, both of them at that time with all they've been through. So very excited for Oliver and to see how he does tomorrow in his Grand Prix debut. Really Q1, there was no surprises. Unfortunately, Zhou Guanyu had crashed his car in FP3, and as hard as his mechanics tried to get it ready, they were able to get him out on track, but he missed the line by about 3.54 seconds, so he was unable to compete in qualifying. And it's the same bottom five that we had at the very first race, both Saubers, both Alpines, and Logan Sargent, unfortunately. And then we go into Q2, and Nico Hulkenberg, he loses power in his car. So he tried to get it off track as best he could, but they did have to pull the red flag to be able to push his car off track. So he loses out, an opportunity to get into Q3 again. So he finishes down, unfortunately, in P15. Really nothing out of the ordinary, I think, with this grid. Unfortunately, Daniel Ricciardo's in P14. I think he's struggling in this car for some reason. It seems to be a little reminiscent of, his time with McLaren. And then we had Kevin Magnussen in P13, Alex Albon in P14, and then Oliver Bierman, P11. Not bad for his debut qualifying in an F1 car. In Q3, Max Verstappen, he takes the win. Charles takes second. P2, Sergio takes P3. And then we have Fernando. Interesting thing here is Piastri out-qualified his teammate in P5 and Lando Norris in P6. So we've got both Mercedes coming in. Yuki Tsunoda, P9. This young man, I think, is very determined to prove a lot to everybody right now. And I wish him the best of luck in the race. And I hope it's not a repeat of last weekend. And then we've got Lance Stroll in P10. So that's our grid. I think it's going to be Max Verstappen's going to win. I'm going to keep it in the order that it's in. Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc takes P2, and Sergio Perez comes in at P3. I think that's what it's going to be. As much as I feel that Fernando loves this race, this type of track, I don't think they have the race pace for it, unfortunately. So I'm going to go Max, Leclerc, and Perez. That's my thoughts on results. How about you guys? Who do you think is going to win and take P2 and P3? Let me know. Okay, have a great day.